Do you feel like you've just lost your money or you feel financially stuck after being in a toxic relationship or relationship with a narcissist? Well, today I'm going to help you. We're going to take a step-by-step approach to healing, thriving, and rebuilding your finances after being in a toxic relationship. So after coming out of a toxic or narcissistic relationship, you're gonna feel physically, emotionally, and financially depleted. That's just inevitable for most of us, unless you just happen to have financial wealth on your own account. And even then, narcissists have a way of depleting that money. So a narcissist takes the toll on every part of your life. Furthermore, it's really hard to recover physically, emotionally, when you have lots of money stress in your life. Women especially struggle after narcissistic abuse because, statistically there's more male narcissists, and also women in the workplace, we earn less than men most of the time. And if you chose to be a stay-at-home parent for a while, you have given up some of your opportunity to progress in your profession. Also, you've skipped over some of the, promotions that you would have had if you stayed in the workplace the whole time. So it just makes it extra difficult for us. And, also when you leave a narcissist or really any toxic person, they will drag out the court process, refusing to cooperate. They don't send in the paperwork that they are supposed to be sending in. They'll delay court appearances. They, will stall. They run up attorney fees by making unreasonable requests. They'll send some kind of crazy request to your attorney for some paperwork that they don't really need, and just things like that. They refuse to split property fairly or agree to child custody arrangements, which, it can end up causing a formal court appearance before a judge. Or I read about somebody that was having to have a jury trial for her divorce because her, ex requested that. And oh my gosh, I can't imagine how much that will cost. But even if you're not married to the narcissist, you just live together, they can leave you with a rent payment that you can't afford, or they can just kick you out and you have no place to go, and it's difficult to find a place really quickly. You have to have usually the first and last month's rent or some type of deposit. So whatever the reason, you're struggling financially, or you anticipate struggling financially when you do decide to leave the narcissist. But I've got you. There are some things you can do to lessen the financial burden. And, these things are going to help you not only heal, but thrive as you rebuild your finances. So before we go on, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and like the video so that, it will be shown to more people and it will come up in your feed more often so you won't miss anything. On this channel, we talk about everything to do with healing from narcissistic or other toxic relationships. It doesn't really matter what the label is, it's how they make you feel. And I want to help you finally feel peace and joy. Number one of the things you can do when you are trying to heal after narcissistic abuse, you're trying to leave or you've already left, get support from family and friends. That's the very first thing you should do. Now is not the time to be prideful. If someone offers a place to stay for a while, take them up on it. If they offer financial help for a period of time, don't be ashamed to accept their offer. People care about you and they want to help, or else they wouldn't offer. And then also, you can get support from national or local services. Sometimes we find ourselves in a place where the narcissist has moved us far away from friends and family, or they've isolated us from friends and family. But you can go to some of these local or national organizations that can help you also. They can help you with legal fees. They can help you with moving. They can give you financial assistance. One of those is the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and I'll put a link below for that. The Allstate Foundation is another one that I recently learned about, and the National Network to End Domestic Violence. So I'll put those in the show notes. Also, churches can be a really helpful resource. I had a sister-in-law that left a previous terrible abusive relationship, and my brother met her shortly after, and she had gotten assistance from a church in the area. They helped her with rent and childcare. Also, one of the things that's really important, and I can't stress this enough, is to find an experienced attorney. You want someone that understands narcissistic abuse. So get referrals from friends and other family members. Mine came from my mother knew somebody at work that had used this attorney that I used. You want to make sure they have an understanding of what narcissistic abuse is. So you need to question them, because they may say they know, that's a buzzword now, narcissism, but do they really know? Do they really understand it? So be sure you ask questions. My attorney that I had was a woman who had also been divorced. She had been a judge, so she really understood what these people are like. A lot of attorneys, I feel like, have experience with narcissists, but they may not understand what it's like to live with that person. They may just, see it as, I deal with these people in court all the time. But do they really understand what it's like to live with them and how serious it is? My attorney knew how to get ahead of the narcissistic ex without pushing too hard. Because if you push too hard, you know how they are. They're like a toddler throwing a tantrum, and, they will just lose their mind. Sometimes that's a good thing, because the judge can see it. But you want them to be motivated to settle in the least painful way, and in mediation if possible. So another thing you should look at is know where your joint assets are. I talked about that in one of the last videos I did. Know where they are and ask for your fair share. If you don't know where they are, it's going to be hard to ask about them, and your partner can hide them. Also, if you have to, you can work a side hustle temporarily to earn money until you get back on your feet. If you have young children, this could be difficult, but it's not impossible. I'm going to share some examples of things that you can do to earn more money as you are waiting to get divorced, or as you're getting back on your feet afterwards. So one of the things you can do is digital downloads on Etsy or Amazon. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to find digital products that are doing well at the moment. It's things like invitations, journals, calendars. If you've been a teacher in the past, there could be some things that you can create for teachers, or whatever profession you're in. It's great to niche down to that. Like, let's say you were a nurse, create something that would really help nurses in their job or their personal life. So another one is freelance writing. So you can write for blogs, magazines, businesses that need content. You can do these from your home. Affiliate marketing is another option. Sell other people's programs from your social media accounts by sharing them with friends and family, and you can make faceless social media accounts if you don't want to show your face. And again, there's YouTube videos describing how to do these things. Virtual assistant is another option. You can work part-time for creators, doing email marketing, managing schedules, posting their content to social media. These don't take a lot of experience, but people are looking for somebody that can help them part-time. And so they don't have to pay a whole salary. They can just pay you hourly. So that's another good option to earn extra money. Social media moderator, that's another one. You can choose the hours that you want to work to moderate large social media accounts. Lots of big businesses need moderators because they have so many people in their groups or on their pages. You can turn to a company like Mod Squad. That's one of the ones I've heard of that hires people to moderate social media accounts. Network marketing is another one. Find a product you love and share it with friends and family. Choose a company carefully though. Make sure you choose one that you agree with their ethics and you agree with their payment plan. There's all kinds of different payment plans. The one that I do is essential oils with doTERRA. And I like their payment plan because you can put as many people on your front line as you want, and it's helpful to build teams, and they compensate you for building teams. There have been other companies that I've seen that only allow you to build like 2 teams, and if something were to happen to one of those teams, you could lose all of your income. So it's really important to look into the pay plan. And also, like I said, the ethics of the company. There was one you might have seen that is on Netflix right now for their unethical payment standards. And then also, now is a good time to ask for that raise if you haven't done that before. And like I was talking about before with women are not good at selling themselves and talking about why they deserve a raise. So look over the things that you've done for your company. What revenue have you brought in? How have you made the procedures more streamlined for your company? Just look at all the ways that you've helped improve the company and go talk to your boss. Even you can tell them, I'm going through a difficult time and I really need a raise. I've also heard that if you change companies, you're more likely to get up to a 50% raise in pay just because you switched to another company. So that's another option to look at. I know that's really difficult to do when you're trying to transition out of a relationship, but it's something to keep in mind for the future. And then you can also apply for grants. There are some. Admittedly, I don't know that much about this. I just came across this as I was researching for this video. There's a website called wealthysinglemommy.com, and she lists some different grants on there for single moms. And you can just Google resources for single parents, and I'm sure some will come up for you. Budget and track your finances. This is going to be so important. You need to know where your money is going to go. So first of all, think about how much money you're going to need when you leave the relationship. How much is your house payment or your rental payment going to cost? How much is it going to be for, electricity, gas, all the things that you pay monthly? Create a budget, make it a realistic one. You're going to need some extra money to fall back on in case of emergencies. There's a free app that comes highly recommended from lots of the professionals that I looked at when I was, again, researching for this article. And the one that seemed to be the best, according to several experts, is Empower. And it's free. It allows you to link accounts to see where your money's going and where you can cut back. If you remember the app Mint.com, Mint is going away, sadly, but supposedly Empower is very similar to Mint. And there's some other ones. There was one called Simplify, and that's part of the Quicken franchise. You Need a Budget is another one, or YNAB for short. Rocket Money was an option. Some of these you have to pay for. Simplify, I think, was just a little over $2 a month. And some of the other ones are a little more expensive. So, look at that to research the one that's right for you. You'll feel so much better when you know where your money's going and you can create your own budget, create your savings account for emergencies. And this is going to be a really important time to heal your money wounds. So after narcissistic financial abuse, you're going to have money wounds to heal. You're going to have to work on knowing that you are good enough, you're worthy, you're capable of earning money, you're capable of taking care of money, you're capable of spending it responsibly. You are strong enough and smart enough to plan for your future, putting money aside to support yourself for emergencies and to live comfortably in retirement. You can do this. And I'll be honest, it has been a struggle for me. This past year, I got divorced. It's almost been exactly a year. And it has been a little tight, a little scary at times, because I work in a job where I don't really know exactly when money's coming in. It's not as easy to predict. I have taken a part-time job as a substitute teacher to help supplement because I need to know that money is coming in at certain times. So yes, I realize it's scary, and together we can do this. Narcissists work very hard to convince you that you are not proficient enough to do those things, and they need to handle the finances. That's what they try to make you think. Controlling money makes them feel they are dominant over you, which makes them feel good because you can't leave them if they are dominant over you, or they want to keep you from having anything of your own. If they can't have you, they want to destroy you. So we're not going to let that happen. Together, we're going to do this. The funny thing about me is I grew up in a home with two parents that were both in banking. So you would think I would know all about taking care of finances, but they really didn't talk to us that much about it. All I knew is that all of my needs were met. There was always, money there. We didn't get everything we wanted, but, we had our needs met. I started working early. It's crazy that people let me babysit their kids at age 12, but I would watch some of the neighbor kids after school when I was just 12 years old. And then I kept working. So I always seemed to have the money I needed until I got divorced, because I had kids to take care of, I had a home to take care of, and it was a lot more difficult at that time. So, I've been divorced twice now, and these toxic partners that I had destroyed my confidence in myself and being able to feel secure. And I've been working on it so much, even starting before my last divorce, because I knew that it could be a struggle. And so I've been working on money, working on my self-worth for a couple of years for sure. Probably 10 years in total just on my self-worth, but in particular, money confidence. So I feel like that's a security for everybody. Like, you need your basic needs met to feel safe and secure, especially after being in a toxic relationship. I still feel like I have a ways to go because I'm not perfect at budgeting. I think I have a little bit of ADHD that doesn't help with that. And I have, you know, my youngest daughter is still living at home with me. I have pets, I have a house to take care of, and I still want to be able to do things that bring me joy. So, and that's another thing. I want a job at this point in my career that brings me happiness and peace. I've dealt with enough, you know, really stressful people and environments. I want more peace. And coaching people really helps me feel that peace. I love writing. That's another thing. I'm doing a lot of freelance type writing. And then my substitute job, hopefully that will be a forever thing. It's more just like help bring me peace of mind, give me a little bit of extra income each month so that I can, you know, survive and thrive. But the same is true for you and your financial future. You can do this too. I have faith in you. If I can do it, you can do it. It will take a little effort, yes. It will take some relearning of skills, some mindset work, but we've got this and we're going to thrive together. If you want support during this time, as you leave the narcissist or toxic person, or immediately after, I'm here for you. I also have a group program that I will link below. You don't have to do this alone. We can do this together. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.